Okay, I did. And so we have three, I guess the others decided not to stay then. Do you know, Nikki, how many were on for the class?
Yeah, we had 5 prospective students. One had to sign off. She messaged me that she had class for her school, so she had to sign off, but I'm going to send her the recording.
Okay, that sounds great. That sounds wonderful. So those of you who are high school students already know me. You just spent the last hour and 15 minutes with me. And we have another faculty member here who is Elizabeth McNulty.
Hi there.
And then we have one student so far, Kira.
Hi, everyone.
So Kira, why don't you introduce yourself first? Tell us a little bit about maybe where you're from and maybe why you chose Springfield College.
Okay, sounds good. So my name is Kira Chokas, and I'm a sophomore in the Occupational Therapy program, and I am minoring in psychology as well as rehab and disability studies. I am from Hadley, Massachusetts, so right by Northampton and Amherst. I chose Springfield because of the so many opportunities to get involved with the local community, and just the OT program in general is phenomenal. I already know like everyone in my major as well as upperclassmen and lowerclassmen, and Springfield just feels like home.
And Elizabeth, how about if you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you chose Springfield College?
Well, I chose Springfield College twice because I chose it first to get a master's degree in occupational therapy way back in the 90s. And after working for many years, I chose it as a place to come and teach. So here I am. And Joanie was actually one of my teachers when I was in the program. And she's still going strong. And we've been working together for the last almost 11 years on the undergraduate program, but we also both teach graduate and undergraduate classes. Okay. And we're both advisors. We're both your advisors for undergrad.
Although that's how it usually happens, but
I didn't know how much you wanted to say, Joanie.
Yeah, well, this is actually my last year of teaching. I've been here for I think 33 years and loving every moment of it. Well, there's sometimes I get a little tired of correcting papers, but other than that, I really have loved being here. And it's pretty much the case that all the faculty end up loving it here since the beginning, and I was one to start the program. All but one faculty member who has left retired, because once you get here, you tend to really love it. And I am hoping, but I don't know, I'm hoping that the person that they hire is one of our past students. That's just my wish. It could be. Because that means that person already loves Springfield College. It is an easy place to love. So I did check email, and one of the students is on her way to the health service, so I don't know if she'll be able to join us. And I don't know, usually we have many more students, but we'll at least, don't worry, Kira, there'll at least be one more.
And we're glad to have you, Kira.
Yes, we are. Kira's been a great student. How about if you start telling us, Kira, about maybe some of the clubs that you're in or things that you do around the campus?
Yeah, of course. So I am also involved in Student Ambassadors, which is giving tours to prospective families. So I do that once a week. And I'm also part of New Student Orientation. So that's the first weekend, excuse me, when all the freshmen are on campus. I lead a group of freshmen around, and we do a ton of fun activities. This past year, I know it was a little more difficult because of COVID, but we still made the best of it. In past years, they've had like hypnotists, comedians, Yeah, when I was a freshman, well, last year when I was a freshman, my leader got hypnotized in the crowd with us. Like her head was like that. We were like, oh my gosh. It's a lot of fun. We show you around, and it's a great way to get connected with other students if you're coming into college like alone. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, and then I help out at these OT accepted students days. Oh, and I also just recently became a part of the e-board for our Springfield College dance marathon. So our dance marathon is working with the B Plus Foundation to to end childhood cancer and to fundraise money for that. And on May 1st, we're having the actual celebration, hopefully in person outside. And we've raised a lot of money. So it's a lot of fun. And today there's even a fundraiser going on in the Union on campus where you can pay $1 and duct tape one of the advisors at Springfield to the wall. So
I'm glad I'm not there. I think I've seen pictures of that one before.
It's going to be a lot of fun, but we just had our halfway celebration just before our winter break, and it's been a really good time. So, yeah.
And I am sorry, I would love for you high school students to introduce yourselves too.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I should have even started with that. And tell us where you're from and maybe why you're interested in occupational therapy.
I'll go. Hi, I'm Brianna. I'm from California, so kind of far.
Away.
Huh? What did you say?
Long way away.
Oh,
I said a long way off.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's like 7 a.m. right now, so I'm kind of got up early. But anyways, that doesn't matter. So yeah, kind of far. I want to be, an OT because, I want to interact with people on a daily, well, mostly on a daily basis. And, I've looked at everything in the medical field. I'm the president of my medical program at my school. So I've been all around, and, I just stuck with OT because I just loved it. And I just thought that, it's an amazing occupation to have. And, so yeah, it's nice to meet everyone, by the way.
Nice to meet you too, Brianna. Haley, you want to go?
Sure. So I'm Haley. I'm from Connecticut, a small town called Morris. It's in the Litchfield Hills. I wanted to be a part of the occupational therapy program because I love helping people. I'm currently working towards my EMT certification.
Oh,
wow.
I learned that as much as I love that, I don't think I could really do that intense work as like a nurse or anything like that for a long period of time. So I was doing some research and I found occupational therapy and I loved everything about it, all of the different aspects and all the different paths you can take in it and age groups and everything. And it just felt right. So yeah.
Great. Amy. Thank you.
I'm Amy. I'm from Rochester, New York. And I really like studying like psychology and anatomy. And I know like that has to do a lot with OT. And last year I shadowed an OT and I really enjoyed that. And I could definitely like picture myself doing what she did.
That's great. Good.
It sounds like you guys all have you've had some good exposure and experience, and you're seeing why OT is the perfect fit for you.
And how about after that class? Did that
change your mind?
Did that?
I thought it was really interesting, actually. It was nice to, kind of watch and see how everyone kind of interacts together. And the end was really awesome, I thought. So
The hokey pokey.
yeah.
Wow.
I really enjoyed it too. It gave me a really nice insight to sort of like how classes are run, the feel for the classroom, and just like more of what OT is in general, since you were walking through all the different parts.
Yeah. I chose to show them some, we started in the OTPF process. So they got to see some videos from ICE and from, it took me a while to get into it, but the simu case. They saw Alana Elena, who is the self-feeding. I love that one. Anyway, Nicole has joined us, and Nicole was just in the classroom with us and ran over to her residence hall. She might even be able to give us a tour of her residence hall. That might be fun. Your room, not the hall. I mean, you know.
Okay, hi guys.
Hi.
So how about, Nicole, if you introduce yourself and tell us why you came to Springfield College.
And where you're from.
And where
From Auburn, New Hampshire. I chose Springfield College because their OT program like stood out to me because I knew that I wanted to go into OT. Like I toured Quinnipiac, I toured Sacred Heart, UNH because I'm from New Hampshire. And like Springfield's just such a nice community and everyone here is like so sweet. They made me feel so welcome when I was on tour. So I just was like, I have to go here. And like the program's like a great size that you get to know everyone in your program, but you also get to have like experience like out in the community, and the community around here is really good for OT. So that's why I picked it.
Nicole and Kira, did either of you do the overnight open house? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I did an overnight.
Yeah, did you?
Yes, I did an overnight, and I think I was with Abby and Julia.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a great experience if you have the opportunity to do it. I don't know what they're doing because of COVID right now, but the overnight was great. It was great to see into the residence halls and what their schedule looked like on a daily basis, as well as just being able to see the campus a little more in depth, just because I know on tours, you don't get to see really everything. Like I got to go into a class with them. I got to stay in their dorm and experience all that. So definitely recommend.
Nicole, is your room at all inhabitable?
My roommate's in class right now, but like you guys can see it. Yeah, me and my roommate are like best friends. If you guys do end up coming here, like go on Facebook, find a roommate, like text as many people as you can. I like reached out to so many OT people and now they're like my best friends. So recommend 10 out of 10, but this is my room. I live in Reed Hall. It's just like a standard dorm room. This is my roommate, Megan.
Hi, everyone.
She's a dance major, so it doesn't really matter. Like you and your roommate are gonna get along so well. And then we have our 2 beds. It's pretty standard.
Beds actually.
I recommend. And then this is our we have 2 desks. We have 2 closets. That's our closets. It's bigger than the ones that are in like Gulick Hall, but it's just like a normal standard double dorm room.
I love Reed Hall. My son is still in school here, but he started in Reed too. I think that's it.
Yeah, Reed's a really good dorm hall if you like have like a quiet space to sleep and like it's not too crazy. The rooms are more like spread out. I like it.
Yeah.
I was in the basement of Reed my freshman year and I absolutely loved it. I was
That's where I am right now.
Yes, wait, what room number?
I'm in 108.
Oh my God, that was my room. I love it. You're like 2 feet from the laundry room. It's
so nice. And our common room is huge. Like we could have, if it wasn't COVID, we could have a lot of people in there and like watch a movie or whatever.
yeah. For ours, we had a ping pong table down there. I don't know if it's still there, but we had a ping pong table. It's great. Reed is the place to be.
That's fun. Good. That 108, that's funny. That's similar to, I have 2 GAs who I had 1 year in a row. They were off campus, but they each had the same bedroom in the same house. It was weird. Okay, we've got Erin. And Erin, would you introduce introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, why you came to Springfield College, and I've got to go turn off my other speaker over there.
I thought I was mute. So my name is Erin Muscatello. I am a senior here in the OT program. I'm from Portland, Connecticut. It's a small little town in the middle of Connecticut, not Portland. And one reason why I decided to come here was one, because we had small class sizes here, and that was really important for me because I was coming from such a small school, and I knew if I was put into a classroom of 100 people, I would not be a successful student. And another reason why I came here is because we have practicum experiences so early on in our program. I know things are probably changing with COVID, but I've already been out in the field like with an OT twice already through the school. And those like practicums have really shaped my way of thinking now as an occupational therapist. So it's very important that I had those experiences.
And we will have them again.
So Nicole and Aaron, if you would catch up a little bit, Kira already told us about the clubs and activities she's been doing. So we have a freshman, a sophomore, and a senior. And
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, so go ahead. Let's start with you, Nicole. So you're only a freshman, so we don't expect you to have many of the experiences yet.
Okay, so just like clubs and activities that I'm in?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in Partners Program, which is like a work study or a volunteer position here on campus. And I love working with kids. So I like worked at a daycare in high school, and this is kind of like an after school program type thing. And usually it's in person, but since there's COVID, this is like a Zoom type meeting, and you're buddied with like either I think it's 2nd to 5th grader, and you play games with them, and it's kind of like a brain break from school, and like they get to see their friends on Zoom that they can't usually talk to during class. And it's like a really fun experience if you are looking to work with kids. I'm also I'm trying to think of like what has had meetings so far. What? Oh yeah, NSO. Okay, so our first week of school, we had new student orientation, which is just like you get to bond with people. We did our floors because of COVID. So I got to meet everyone on my floor, and my leaders were so nice. It's kind of like a camp type thing where they're your leaders and they like show you what to do the first week of school. They show you around, we do activities. And I joined that my freshman year. So in the fall, I might be your orientation leader, which is really cool.
That's great.
And Megan, we both joined it. And then I joined Best Buddies, but we haven't had any meetings. I'm trying to think of what has. I don't know, CAB is really cool. I've been going to a couple of their events. That's like a really fun club to be a part of. I haven't like been a part of it myself, but I love going to events and like meeting new people. And I did an ultimate frisbee. For one, I tried it once because I wanted to see what it was like, because I danced all of high school, and I was like, I want to try something new in college, and that was so fun. There was just things with COVID that prevented me from doing it, but if that is a thing next year, I say just try it and go meet new people. And yeah, that's all I have so far.
Okay, Nicole, I need to let you know though.
It's a nice crowd.
Yeah. There is also something called Frisbee golf. Are you familiar with that?
I am.
Okay, you might want to teach that for your activity lesson.
Frisbee golf. I don't have, there's like a little net thing that you have to
No
throw.
problem. Let me know. I'll bring it in for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good. I'll teach it.
Okay, good. Sign up for that one.
Okay.
And that is on our East Campus. We have a course over there, and 2 courses on East Campus, Frisbee golf. So.
Oh, I didn't even know we had that.
Well,
Yeah,
so do they have the nets set up over there?
They use trees with markings on them.
Oh,
You know, so you hit the tree between this tape and this tape. But at my house, my husband's so into this, at my house, we have a whole golf course.
a whole one?
It's ridiculous. Okay, so I'm sending you all a chat, and then I'll be back on.
We have to hear from Erin and what she's
Yes.
doing.
That's what is next.
Okay.
Hi guys, again. So I have been involved kind of around campus, like here and there. Freshman year, I had a work study. I worked at facilities management in the warehouse. I was the only girl there. So it was definitely like a new experience, but I absolutely loved it. And the guys that I worked with were amazing. So that was great. Now I am also in the Partners Program. I've never done it before. And I love it so much. It's just amazing to see like how much like you can influence a kid, like even on Zoom, because I've never experienced it in person. So just seeing like how happy the kids get just when they hear college students talking to them is just so rewarding. I'm also the vice president of the cheerleading club here. Right now with COVID, things have been harder to practice, but we have still been like pretty active around campus. I used to be involved with student ambassadors, which is where you give tours to incoming people who are looking to come into Springfield College. I've also hosted overnight OT students, and she ended up coming here, so I was very happy that that happened. But yeah, I think that that's mostly what I'm involved in.
And I wanted to just say one thing about partners because, you know, it's not always online, of course. So when it's not online, kids are actually coming to the campus. They're getting to go and like play at the gym or do different things like that and eat at the dining hall. And they love it. I mean, so if you think they like just talking to a college student on Zoom, which they do, they love it when they're actually on the college campus and talking to college students. So that's, and eating in the dining hall. I think that's like a real highlight. So, because you get so many things to choose from. So, yeah, Partners is a really great activity and a lot of our students tend to be involved in it. Welcome back, Joanie.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't get onto my laptop, so.
So we don't get to see you up close.
Yeah. You know what, my mask though matches my scarf and you can't see that.
So what's our next round of questions, Joanie?
Okay, so.
Or hang on,
yeah.
Maybe our guests have some questions for our students. Anybody?
I have a question. I'm looking for, is it Erin? Are you the senior?
Yes.
Okay. I was just wondering what like is your favorite class? Like what was your favorite class so far being in the OT program?
Okay, so my first practicum was in a psychiatric unit. So I have fallen in love with psych. It's not we have like a certain amount of requirements that you have to take psych courses. I was taking abnormal psychology at the time that I was also observing the psych unit. Yes, so it was just the perfect way of like combining like OT and like the different diagnoses. So that was probably one of my favorite classes. And right now we are taking functional movement, which is definitely a harder class, but because like we're in person for that class every single week, I'm learning so much about like actually thinking about like how your body works, like just standing up, like simple things like that. Like you don't realize how many body parts you're using to stand up and like the sequencing that you use. And it's kind of just really nice to finally, after the 4 years of like studying all this stuff, to finally actually apply it to OT. So it's definitely very rewarding.
Yeah.
Putting it all together.
That is, I think, the first application class you have. So you're in for a lot more.
Yay.
I have a question. Nicole, you are a freshman, right?
Yes, I am.
You kind of spoke to like how orientation went, but like overall, like how was your first month on campus with transitioning and COVID, and like how did everything go for you? And like the other students can speak to that too, but I feel like you've been through it the most recent.
Yeah.
Yes, I have had COVID the whole time I'm here. Well, not had it, but like been through that experience. And the first week was actually really nice because you were almost like you were kind of forced to like hang out with people on your floor, which I loved because I became so like close to the people on my floor, and those are the people that you see every day. And like because of COVID, they encourage you to like stay in your hall and like in your dorm hall, but you see people in the dining hall, you see people like at the gym. I just would say to get out of your room, because that's what I did. Like a lot of people were having trouble making friends, but if you go out and put yourself out there and like ask people to hang out, ask people to go get dinner with you, ask people to go to the gym with you, like it's really not that bad. Like I've met so many people here, especially through the OT program, because everyone that I've met that was into the program, they are all very friendly and very nice and like want to be your friend. So that helped me a lot. And trying to think of like the transition was not bad at all. Everyone here was very like welcoming, and they want you to make friends. They want you to like have in-person classes. So if you do end up having in-person classes on the fall semester, which I think that you will, like talk to the person next to you and like ask them to hang out the next day, because like you'll be instant friends. Like everyone here is very open to talking to you. So that helped a lot for me.
You know, one thing that the OT department does is we run a first year seminar. And that seminar you take with your advisor. So Elizabeth had half the students, I had half the students. Nicole, why don't you tell us what that was like? And did that help?
So I had Elizabeth as my seminar instructor, and yes, that did help a lot. It was nice having an in-person class where you knew where the health science building was, because honestly, I didn't know where I was going. So it was nice to like have a group of people, and I was like, hey, can you walk with me where I'm going? So that helped me meet people. And like during the seminar, it really helps transition into college, because it's not even like just about OT, it's about like everything, about taking tests, like getting used to being on campus. If you have any questions, someone's there for you, like signing up for classes. And that helped me like figure out what I wanted to do. I didn't even know I could do a psych minor, and now I have a psych minor. Like it was just really cool, because I didn't think that you could do all that stuff your freshman year, but you can. And yeah, just like helped you in campus life, like to get adjusted.
And I think especially during the COVID times, I was so glad we had that. I mean, the class runs all the time, but I think that it was helpful for Elizabeth and I too, to get to know our advisors.
Yes.
Also, I know Nicole was talking about coming to campus as a freshman. I don't know if Nicole or Erin has done did PreCamp. Did you guys do PreCamp? PreCamp is another organization that runs 3 days before new student orientation. I actually did PreCamp my freshman year, and I highly suggest it. So 3 days before new student orientation begins, you come to campus a little earlier, move in, and you go over to East Campus, which is a mile down the road from Springfield, and it's like an outdoorsy area. It's huge. They have canoeing, kayaking, hiking. It's right on the lake, and it's a great way. You get a ton of other freshmen come, and it's a great way to get to know other freshmen coming into college, as well as the upperclassmen who run it. And like everyone's been saying, everyone's so kind and so nice, and it's a great basis to have, because when I went back to campus to get ready for new student orientation, I was like, hey, I was waving to everyone who was at PreCamp. Like, it was great to already have some familiar faces. You do have to apply for it, but it's super easy. And I definitely recommend it. You spend 3 days camping. Don't know if you guys like camping, but I'm not a big outdoors person, and I did it and I made it, and it was great. I know they did it this year too, even despite COVID, and everything worked out there. So definitely look into that too.
That's great. I didn't know they did it this year. That's great.
Yeah, they like
Yeah, that's
separated
wonderful.
the people by like pods, so it wasn't like everyone.
Of course, I'm biased, but I really do think the school is bending over backwards to make the COVID time be as normal and friendly as possible. And so we have another Nicole who joined us.
Mhm.
Do you want to tell us, Nicole, where you're from? And you kind of had a unique induction into the HSOT program.
So hi everybody, I'm also Nicole. I am from New York, Rockland County, and I had a little different pathway than the typical occupational therapy program. I transferred in my second year here, so fall. I started as an OT major. I was a health science major, so it was a pretty easy transition into the program. And I'm actually graduating early from the program, so I am a senior, but technically a junior. And so they did a really awesome job, like accommodating for everything that I needed. I have sent probably 1,000 emails to Elizabeth about getting courses approved for transfer credit. So she's really great for that. Does anyone have any questions about transferring?
No, they're coming right in. So,
Okay.
but I think that's neat that did work out.
Well, actually, I've got a question for you, Nicole, since you are so busy because of your transferring in and trying to get things done. Have you had a chance to do anything extracurricular on campus, clubs or work or anything like that?
Yeah. So my first year I ran track and cross country here, and I am also a college partner for the partners program. I am a tutor. All of my roommates, by the way, are pre-camp leaders. So quick plug for pre-camp again. And I've worked for athletics in the past. I think that's everything. So definitely busy, but you have a lot of time for outside things in this program, which is awesome.
Where you mentioned being a tutor, how about if you or any of the others talk a little bit about what Springfield College offers for tutoring?
Yeah, so through the Academic Success Center, which is through the library, you can get all sorts of accommodations for your classes. If you, say if you had an IEP in grade school, or you're coming up with a learning disability, anything like that, you can get accommodations through the Academic Success Center. And one of the services that they offer is tutoring. So you can reach out to your professor or directly to the Academic Success Center for a tutor. I tutor clinical human anatomy, which is a course that's in your junior year of the program, 2 semesters. And I also tutor for human disease and chronic illness, which is a class that's challenging but doable. And they offer tutoring for a lot of things. You can get a writing tutor, math tutor. The core classes are content tutoring. So they kind of run based on what you need and your kind of learning style. So it's really awesome the way they're able to cater the tutoring sessions to your needs.
Erin, you want to add to that at all, or Kira?
I'll add to it. So I have seen a tutor all 4 years that I've been here. And I have actually used Joanie to help me find a tutor that works for me, just because she kind of understands like my learning style better. But the Academic Success Center is super, super helpful. I have gone to them multiple times just to get extra help in courses, trying to figure out like, oh, do I actually need a tutor? Like, I also get note-taking services. So you can get hired as a note taker. So I've been a note taker and I also get notes. So it's kind of cool to see both sides of it. But the school is just really great at accommodating for learning disabilities and any challenges that you have in school. And I also think it's really important to note that most of your classes will have a tutor available for you, and it's usually someone who has taken the class with that specific professor, so they know how it rolls. Like, you're not going to get placed with a person who took the class but with another professor, because a lot of the times the difference between 2 professors is so crazy, and it's just really nice to have someone who has taken it with that professor. But yeah, and also like I got tutored for clinical human anatomy, and my first tutor wasn't really good with like my type of learning style. So I was able to switch that like very easily, like no one's feelings got hurt. And it's like just really easy to just come out and be like, okay, I'm still struggling. Like, what can we do now? Like, what's the next step? So, and everyone's always available to help you too. So it's just really nice.
Okay, how about practicum experiences, which have been curtailed a little bit this year, but Erin, you already spoke of you only had the one though, right? Or did you have more?
I had 2. So I was at Bay State Fowler in the psychiatric unit up in Westfield. And I was also at Center School of Crisis in Holyoke. So both of my settings were very psych-based, OT. So as you can imagine, that is probably why I'm leaning more towards psych. But yeah, I don't know if you want me to mention like specific things about
that's
practicum.
Good. How about Nicole? Have you been able to go off campus, or are you doing the ones?
Yeah, I had like 1.5 practicums. So my first practicum was at a skilled nursing facility. I love that one. That one was really awesome. I had a great supervisor. And my second practicum was hands therapy unit out of a PT clinic. That one was also really cool. It lined up really well with clinical human anatomy. So it was like the perfect application of what we were learning. And that's when we got sent home from the pandemic. So I finished that practicum online.
And Kira, you're in a practicum now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No, not right now. So in the fall,
Oh, you were,
we
yeah.
weren't able to go out to a site. So
But we do.
Yeah,
we were
just in the fall.
Yeah, just in the fall, we were watching videos that Joanie showed in her class from ICE and the Simu case videos. As much as I would have loved to go out to a site, the videos were definitely really helpful as well. It was great to see different settings and different OTs working with different clients. Like Erin was in the psych and Nicole was in hands. So that's completely different spectrums, but we literally got to see both during the video. So it was definitely a great learning experience. And I'm not in a practicum right now, but I did get involved in Phone Friends. So right now I am paired with a stroke survivor named Bob Swanson, and he's been a stroke survivor for 23 years, and he lives at a like assisted nursing home in Holyoke. And I call him once a week, and he even invited me to his stroke support group on Thursday. So I went to that last week, and now I'm going to it again this week. So just starting to build those connections with clients is really great too.
What a great opportunity. That's great.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
I just announced to the class, so the high school students heard that opportunity is available for any of them as well. We're hoping to bring in many more older adults and students in that experience because it really is a good one. And let's see.
I forgot to mention, sorry.
Good.
we
No,
also have service learning experiences.
Yeah.
So there's like 3 separate occasions that I have went out. So one, you go with a partner out to an older adult's home. And that got cut short because of COVID. So unfortunately I didn't really get that like good experience like with my older adult. But I was also at Wellington in an independent living setting, and I was also at St. Luke's, which is a residential home as well. So those are just some other like sites that you guys could potentially have.
And one of the other sites that Erin could have gone to is through Mass Commission for the Blind, and in pairs students go to those clients' homes and help them with maybe setting up their spice rack or reading their mail to them. It's just, we in this program do a lot of service learning, and though no one here is quite yet in the camp experience that Elizabeth runs, maybe Elizabeth, you want to say something about that one?
Oh, well, a few years ago for our final semester of our graduate program, we always teach a course on adolescent practice. So working with adolescents and young adults, but we run that class a little bit differently. It's more of sort of a mix of a live lab and class sort of mixed together. And we actually do a week-long intensive. So over the school vacation break, not ours, but the public school break, we have a camp that runs for 5 days for young adults with disabilities. And our students get matched up with them in small teams of mentors. And our students run groups. They just, they eat at the dining hall every day. We have one overnight that we do on, we've done it on East Campus the last few years, and we make dinner together when we're over there. We also have breakfast together every morning, and we have some, some big group activities, like where we'll have somebody come in and talk to us about service animals or something like that, something interesting, or we'll have a chef from the dining hall teach us how to make breakfasts, special breakfasts and things like that. So, there's fun big group things, but then there's lots of choices for our participants. And just lots of opportunities to just hang out and get to know people. So this year, we're running it differently because we're not allowed to have the people come on campus. And what we're doing is we're calling it Yahoots, and it stands for Young Adults Hang Out with OT Students.
That's great.
But the title is a lot more fun in the acronym than it is in the actual whole name, but it works. And so many people were so excited to come, and this has been really nice because we're able to match them with a smaller mentor group. We're actually able to take to bring more people onto campus for that. Well, not onto campus, but into the program. So we actually have 18 participants, and each participant is matched up with 2 of our student mentors. Now, it's not an intensive, instead it's a once a week thing, but it's really a chance to kind of get to know each other and work on something that that person is really interested in. So for instance, we had one student who said, you know what, and this was nothing that we told her she had to do, because it's open to whatever they want to talk about. If they want to get dating tips, or if they want to learn how to make a friend, or, you know, whatever they want to do, it's fine. But she said, I want to go to college. I want to go to college and be a cosmetologist. And it's like, great, good, let's do that. And another guy is really into playing his guitar. So that group is thinking about, well, where can we go with that? You know, should we write a song together? Should we look at places where he could play in public and do a open mic, or, you know, whatever. We've got one guy who's come for a few years who's really, really great at photography. And we're trying to get him into an internship where he could actually be a photographer, because he is really good. So, you know, there's just, it's a great opportunity.
Here's some
Oh,
pictures.
thanks. That's great, Joanie.
Here's some pictures.
Wonderful.
Yep. So you can tell them if you want to say anything.
Oh, well, it's just you're seeing a mix of our participants and our students doing some of the different small group activities, and just having fun together.
Yeah. And then before this this is the students visiting older adults in their homes. And you can see the activities. A pair of students built this little cat ledge for the kitty cat. They go for walks, puzzles. This actually, I combined the juniors and the students who are in their professional level year 2s to do home adaptations. So they helped this man adapt his home. That's just a brochure for that. And then there's also a project where students, again, level 2s, go out into older adults' homes and they evaluate them, and they're able to bring them adaptive equipment, because we have an adaptive equipment closet. So these are the service learning that have been going on of recent. So we hope they continue. We know Elizabeth's will. So how about the weekends? What happens on weekends when Elizabeth and I aren't here?
Okay, so I don't know how it's been since COVID has started, because I now live off campus. So I can't speak right now for COVID, but I can speak to prior, because hopefully one day we'll be there. So Saturdays, usually I relax, and CAB, we, like Nicole was saying, we have CAB programs, and they do so many fun activities. So you do, like, on Valentine's Day, there's like I don't even know, it's like a noodle thing, and like you go and you make like whole different kinds of noodles. Like you have mac and cheese, you have pasta, like Alfredo sauce, and you can make whatever you want. They have movie nights. We do drag show bingo nights, guys. Those nights are the best nights. I don't even know if they're still doing them anymore, but the campus is so alive on the weekend. Like, we are not a backpack school. Typically, we are not a backpack school. I don't know what people are doing now since COVID, but usually you just stay on campus, you hang out with your friends. And there's usually, not now because of COVID, sorry guys, but basketball games, football games, lacrosse games, there's baseball games. There's always something to be doing on the weekend.
I know in the fall when I was on campus, the CAB still had a lot of activities going. Like Thrifty Thursdays is usually like arts and crafts stuff. So I know they've been doing like a lot of those where you can grab it and take it back to your room, which is really awesome. Also on the weekends, they've been having a lot of like food trucks. I know there was like cupcakes, like baked potatoes, like all sorts of things like that. And now I'm sure like there's the ice skating rink that's on campus. So that has certain hours that and you don't even need your own like ice skates. They have them that you can just wear and use. And they've done a really good job of doing bingo online, not in person, but online bingo is still just as fun. They had like a comedian host it recently. So that was good.
And the food truck Friday nights are free if you're a Springfield College student. So it's,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
I
nice.
think Elizabeth, you and I should come on.
I know. Can we pretend?
We
I
can.
think a lot of the food trucks are from the Big E too.
Wow.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They're
think
really
so.
good. I had the baked potato the other day, and that was really yummy.
So Elizabeth, how about a date?
I can speak to like as a freshman what I do because I don't have a car or anything on campus, so I can't like
Great, Nicole.
leave. So on weekends I've been like we all hang out like COVID safe, like 4 people to a room and rooms, and we like get to watch a movie. We can do that if it's just like a chill weekend. And then there's ice skating that we've been doing. I realized that you can use the pool on campus, the indoor pool. So me and my friends went swimming the other day, which was really fun. We have Ubered places. Like there's a mall that's not too far, and we've just gotten an Uber and gone to the mall. We went out to dinner, and that was really fun. It's like cool to get off campus, like once you're here all the time, like because there's a really cool like places around Springfield. We went on a couple walks around. I'm trying to think of what else. But yeah, the CAP events, like we go to those sometimes. There was like a fall fest that they had when I first got here, and that was really fun. I painted a pumpkin. They had axe throwing, so I threw an axe. I'm trying to think. And yeah, they always have something going on the weekend, so it's never like you have nothing to do. There's always an option for you to do something. Because I was worried about that too as a freshman. I was like, oh, like it's such a small campus, there's gonna be nothing to do, but there's definitely things to do. And like if all like worst comes to worst, I just go to the gym or I go to the library and get work done, but I'm never bored here.
And during the non-COVID times, they run a shuttle from campus to the mall. So that's
nice.
Yeah, you don't have to do the Uber thing. At least during non-COVID times. I don't think it's running now.
Ubers aren't bad. I've also gotten an Uber to the bus station, and me and my roommate took a bus to Boston, and that was like such a fun day. We spent the day in Boston, then we took the bus back, and that was like a whole experience and a fun trip.
Wow, what an
I know.
adventure.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So how about, let's see. I don't know. I think you already get an idea that Elizabeth, and you'll have an academic advisor who helps you with getting your courses chosen. And if you have any kind of issues, you can come to us. If you get, once in a while, somebody gets homesick, and we're good for that too. So how about, can you think of anything else, Elizabeth, or just ask the high school students if you have more questions?
Yeah, I didn't know if you guys had any more questions after you've heard from everybody and heard all the different things.
I'm good with questions. Thank you guys for doing this. I really appreciate it, and I thought I had a really fun time. And I think that having the survey class, like having us, watch it was really awesome. So thank you guys for doing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
And Brianna, we have had undergraduate students from California. We've got one that's back in California working now. So, we've had people in the program for sure. So you would not be the first, but
that's awesome.
There's not that many, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's not common for, California people to go to Massachusetts and go to, but it's an experience, so.
Exactly.
In fact, if Elizabeth is speaking of the same one I have in mind, she was one of the most active students on campus too. She was very active. Yeah.
That's and a awesome. Swimmer. And our swimmers tend to be busy folks.
Yeah, I'm a soccer player, so.
Are you? Okay.
Usually, I'm usually kind of busy as well. I'm always doing something. So yeah, and I'm also taking the I think it was Haley that said she's doing her EMT certification. I'm also taking that. I'm doing like a dual enrollment thing with my high school, so I'll get that around the same time I graduate high school. So yeah, super busy.
Oh my goodness, you guys, you're full of energy, and that's great. That's wonderful experience.
That really is.
I don't think I have any more questions, but thank you for doing this. And I look forward to seeing a lot of you on campus because I've placed my deposit. So that's really
Good. Yay.
Yay.
Okay, Haley. Good. Amy, you're all set.
Yeah, I'm all set. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Well, we thank you for taking the time to come
Yeah.
both see a class and, you know, get some more information because it's so important to make a good decision. I can guarantee you that this is the good place to go, but it really is, you know, each person is different and you want it to be a good fit. So we appreciate that you also took the time. And
Yeah.
Nikki is back too, if you wanted to say something, Nikki.
Oh, I just wanted to thank you all so much, both our current students and OT faculty and our accepted students for coming today. I hope the accepted students learned a lot about the OT program here at Springfield. And if you're ready to make your deposit like Haley did, you can visit springfield.edu/deposit to learn how to.
And thank you, Amy and Brianna and Haley for coming today. And I really look forward to seeing you guys in the fall, hopefully. Definitely Haley. And
It was nice to meet you guys.
And although I'm retiring, I plan to stay somehow in touch and involved.
just
With,
can't
I
go.
can't leave. Nope.
I'm not letting you leave, Joanie.
All right. So I will eventually, if you come here, I will eventually. Oh, and this summer though, I will most likely still be advising. So if I know we'll have some sort of registration. I hope we're able to get together. But so I'll see some of you this summer anyway. And later. All right. Take care. Stay after if you have any questions that you didn't want to ask in the group, because that is often the case. Elizabeth and I will stay on.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you to the HSOTers. You're the best.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good luck with your college search.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I guess it's just us three.
You want to stop recording, Joanie?